Today on SLEDHEAD 24/7. What's a destination snowmobile? We'll test out two machines that are built to go the distance. The Skidoo Renegade is new and improved for 2013. We'll accessorize a Renegade with products that make distance riding more comfortable. We'll choose the winner of the 2013 Speedworks Sled X build. This might be the most amazing build yet. So you think you can ride in the mountains? Arctic Cat's pro backcountry rider Amber Holt takes a couple of riders back to the basics in her mountain riding clinic. SLEDHEAD 24/7 starts now.
I'm your host, Misha Johnson, here with my boys, Mac and Fish.
Oh my goodness, what have you guys gotten into?
Last thing left, I think we gotta just see if it runs.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, along with my co-hosts, Paul Mack and Jeff Fisher, and we are here at Heinen's in beautiful Osseo, Minnesota. Now, coming up first, we're going to talk about a couple sleds that are really built to go the distance.
Yeah, we have the Polaris Adventure and the Arctic Cat Cross Tour. Now these things have luggage, bags, racks, everything you need to go the distance.
They really do. Not only going the distance, they do it in style. It's one thing to have the bags, but these are performance snowmobiles. So you get to go on a big long tour, but you get performance, which normally a touring snowmobile does not give you as well.
Very true, and it sounds like my kind of sled. So let's take a look at this.
All right, Fish, this is a new group. Last year, Polaris came out with the Adventure. Now we're going on a little road trip because we got company here now. Arctic Cats came out with the XF 1100 Cross Tour. So it's multifaceted in what we can do with these snowmobiles.
No, this is great. It's designed so you can actually go backpacking, overnighting. Paul and I got tired of hanging out with everybody, so we split off from the group. Could get a little late. Got our gear in the bags. You never know where we might start sleeping tonight.
Remember, we're doing on this road trip here. We're going out, Polaris has the Adventure. We've got the Arctic Cat Crosser here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go groom trail, rough trail. You're gonna go through powder. You've got their crossover style snowmobile, so it isn't just groom trail, rough trail. You've got to be able to do everything on these, and that is what you need to take a road trip.
Hey, that sounds good. I only think one more we need to do?
Take a road trip.
We'll take a road trip. I like road trips.
Let's check them out. You know what I like, Fish, across tour? First of all, obviously we always said you can never have enough bags. There's bags for the back, bags for the front. I like the two-up seats so I can bring a passenger. I also like the longer track. I like the 144, and this is where you remember we talked about the combination of things we're doing. It isn't just rough trail, groom trail. We want to get off the trail and get in some fluff. Nice to have a long track. And when you're going down the groom trail, rough trail, think about the longer track spans the bumps good. You do get a really good ride with the longer track. It spans it 2-point. I mean, I really like it. It's got everything that's really neat. Creature comfort. If you look at how big the windshield is, I mean, it truly does give great wind protection. When we're talking about going all day, all the way to stay somewhere overnight, I mean, we're going road tripping. You need comfort. You need it quiet. It is quiet. It's got mirrors. I like it. It's very stable. There's no flexing, really no movement when it's going down rough trail. I think they hit a home run here.
I did, because one thing I did like about it is the thing does ride nice. It spans the bump. The suspension works real well. And like he said, if you're going somewhere, sometimes the way home isn't smooth, and you need to go the bumps if you want to get home.
And also on the way home, and to stay on that topic here, you want to stay warm. As we said, warm, heated seat, high and low. I like that. Think about when you're out all day, how many times when the sun goes down and the temperature plummets and you're freezing, how nice is it to have that wind protection and a heated seat?
Yeah, no, the heated seat, and I can say it does work.
Works fantastic. Polaris Adventure, I like it. Switchback. It's got the rush rear end. You know what I really like, Fish? Because I know that we're going on a road trip, and these are made for going just backcountry, going all over. And when you're going backcountry, I always seem to find trees and stuff. This baby here is stout. I love the front bumper. I got a little bashing to do with that.
You know what? I'm going to be short a tail light, I bet, too, aren't I?
We got Walker Evans on the front of me. It's got great shocks. The wind protection isn't quite as much as I'd like to see, but it's still got decent protection.
No, it's not bad with the mirrors. The hot grips work mint with the hooks on them. They work great. But the one thing I noticed when I got on this one from last year, 800.
Oh yeah, bigger engine. Bigger is better. They say size doesn't matter. Baloney. I also like the size of the seat too. It's got new seat
Yeah,
fish.
they widen it just a little bit and makes it nice. Another really cool feature what I like about these is actually these bags. They're a quick release system, but as well, you don't even have to take them off if you don't want. You can pack your gear in here, go right into the hotel, cabin, rest stop, wherever you'd like. Put it back in and away you go.
It's got the rush rear end. I mean, it rides fantastic. 136. Not quite as much flotation as some of the competitors, but there again, for a balance of everything, remember what we're doing? We're doing a little bit of everything. This does it well.
No, it does. It really does work very nice for a long tour.
Great hammers. My hands are not cold, and I like the wind deflectors. They have wind deflectors on each side, so that does aid in keeping the air off of you. I noticed when I was following you, I could see the vacuum of snow behind you. It does deflect it well, I could see. I mean, it works great.
No, it does. How could you see me? You're so far behind.
Not. Follow the leader where we come from.
A sled that can do it all is my kind of sled.
Certainly, as you know, it all started with the Polaris. Polaris started out with this class. When it came into it, it's more of like the Swiss Army knives of snowmobile. It gives you a little bit of everything in that class of snowmobiling because you're going to get some performance, you get a lot of comfort, and it isn't a typical touring snowmobile. Arctic Cat came back in with the Cross Tour. They have 3 engine packages. They're again filled with creature comforts. Tons of stuff that's going to take in that long 200-mile ride, but as I said, you get something that touring snowmobiles don't give you, and that is great performance in a long day's ride with comfort. Something to be said for that, Mish.
Performance and creature comforts. I'm a creature comfort gal, so I'm already sold. A snowmobile to suit every situation. I like it. All right, sledders, stay right where you are. SLEDHEAD 24/7 will be right back.
Still ahead, we'll accessorize our Skidoo Renegade with products straight from BRP. The winner of Sled X arrives at Speedworks as he learns what's in store for his M1100 Turbo. And backcountry pro Amber Holt breaks a couple of students of some bad habits in her mountain riding clinic. Stay tuned. SLEDHEAD 24/7 is brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Speedworks, straight up USA horsepower. By GoPro, be a hero. And by Skidoo Snowmobiles.
Welcome back to SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, with our snowmobile expert and co-host, Mr. Jeff Fisher. Now, Jeff, I have to ask, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I've been doing a lot, but coming off that destination ride, we have a new 2013 Skidoo Renegade with the R-Motion, and I thought let's try to make that into the ultimate trail and long distance touring sled. So I went into the Skidoo catalog, and this is kind of what we're coming up with.
Sounds pretty interesting. All right, well, let's see what you've come up with. Take a look at this.
Okay, we got our Skidoo 2013 Renegade. I'm very excited because with the new R-Motion in this Renegade, I can hardly wait to go pound some more bumps. We had a chance to ride them this spring. Now we got another test mule to put some long distance time on it.
Okay, Jeff, you made a really good choice here with the Renegade X model like this, but you kind of told me that what you really want to do is also be able to equip it for that overnight stay or taking some extra cargo along during the day, a little extra fuel just in case you go for a really long distance between gas stops.
Sure.
So we're going to fix you up with some accessories that'll help you out with that.
Cool, show me what you got.
Okay, Jeff, what we've got here is we've got a short link tunnel bag, okay? There's a medium-sized one also. But this attaches with a very simple system here known as the link system, okay? These attach to your tunnel and it slides in one side and then you turn the lever on the other side to lock it in place. Very, very simple. We have the link jerry can, which also is very, very simple, attaches in the same manner in the same spot. So you could be running either piece in either spot that we're gonna put it on your snowmobile. All right, here we have a glove box extension. This will just give you a little bit more room in the front of the gauge pod. And we'll put some mirrors on it so you can see what Mac is doing behind you.
And it's always good to know about when he's gonna hit me.
All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna install the link system here. There's already a hole in the tunnel, so all you have to do is get the decal out of the way and then we can put the attachment on. What we've got here is the bracket, the bolt, and the nut that's gonna hold the system on the machine. And there we have it. All 4 link points are mounted and ready to go.
What we need to do is take the meter out. There's 2 spots here. on the meter have little tabs that you need to push down. Top flips out, you lift it up. To undo the wiring now, there's a little tab here you push with your finger and pull straight out. Just need to look for it. It's nice. They give you little pre-marked dimples that you can just set the drill bit in and drill right in. Now you're set to put the glove box extension on. Hook up the hinges of the glove box extension, flip it down. Now this is going to be permanently mounted, so with those holes we drilled, we're running screws up through there, up in through the extension, tighten them down, it's finished. Voila. Now we're going to put the mirrors on. What's really nice about everything I've been dealing with the Skidoo accessories, everything is pre-marked. And those are the holes we drill to mount the mirrors. It's that easy. They're tight, we just hang the panels back on, we're ready to go. We got our panels on, mirrors, I think it's a wrap.
Looks good too, I really like it.
Yeah.
We've got our link system on the back of it. We've got our mirrors up front here. One thing we didn't talk about, Jeff, was you notice that there's an indent here in the glove box door. That's for a Garmin Montana GPS system. And it's also plug and play underneath so far as electrical wiring for it.
So all I think I could think of doing is going riding, putting this thing through the paces. We got it fixed up the way that we at SLEDHEAD 24/7 like it. All I can think of doing is going riding and putting some miles on.
Oh, I gotta hand it to him. Nice work, Jeff. That looks awesome. Well, all right, sled fans, stay right where you are. We will be right back after these messages.
Still ahead, we'll go to Speedworks to meet the winner of SLEDX as Jeremy tells us the build plans for our lucky winner. And backcountry pro Amber Holt gives lessons on how to become a better mountain rider.
Welcome back to SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, still here at Heinens and Osseo. But right now, we're going to go to the home of horsepower. I'm, of course, talking about our friendly shop of Speedworks in Forest Lake, where Jeremy Houle gets the chance to meet the lucky winner of Project SLEDX. And if you don't know what that is, it is the sled build of a lifetime for one lucky Arctic Cat owner. And this year, we're building a big horsepower mountain sled. This is so awesome. You don't want to miss it. Take a look at this.
For 3 years, SLEDHEAD 24/7 and Speedworks have been giving one person the chance to win the snowmobile makeover of a lifetime, known as SLEDX. Previous SLEDX winners include Staff Sergeant Matthew Hamilton.
I'm expecting one bad machine. I mean, I just can't wait. I might not even say anything to you guys. I might just jump on and go. See ya.
As well as Arctic Cat superfan, Todd Carlson.
To have the opportunity to get to know people within the sport and my most passionate thing, snowmobiling, was the most memorable experience I will ever have in my life.
This season, we asked viewers to submit a 30-second video of themselves explaining why they deserve SLEDX. One contestant stood out.
Hi there. It's 95 degrees out, and I'm insane apparently because I can't do anything but think about riding this. This is my very attractive wife that I got engaged to a year ago. 180 plus horsepower out of the box. Blood blisters guaranteed. Need some Speedworks love. Feel like sticking a big old rock on her finger. Thanks, guys.
Colin Crookshank was chosen as the winner of the SLEDX build, and his Arctic Cat M1100 Turbo is about to get a makeover.
How many times can you throw the dice before you hit something? And I hit them and I won the SLEDHEAD 24/7 Build Your Dream Sled competition, and I'm so stoked about it. I haven't been excited in forever. I kind of don't really know what to do.
Colin's unloading his sled. We're gonna open up the door, get him in here, and then believe it or not, we're gonna kick him out of here so we can start working on his sled. He ain't gonna like to hear it, but we gotta get to work on this thing. Well, Colin, I know you had a long drive getting here. If you want to say your goodbyes, say your goodbyes to her now.
Well, thank you very much for your diligent efforts, and be good for him, baby.
Have a good one. Have a safe trip.
With Speedworks adding big power to the M1100 Turbo, Other aftermarket sponsors are improving the overall performance of the sled. Articat, FXR, Fox Shocks, Rock Speed FX, C&A Pro Skis, Amsoil, and 27 Designs are all a part of the build. Stay tuned as we tear down and rebuild Colin's sled into a big horsepower mountain machine with some of the best aftermarket products in the business.
Ooh, the sled build of 2013, the suspense is killing me. And I gotta say, I'm a little jealous of Colin.
Which you should be. Colin, there's some great surprises, and we at SLEDHEAD 24/7, and along with Speedworks and many other great products, love giving back to our viewers, and Colin was a lucky man.
Absolutely. Well, all right, Sledders, stay right where you are because SLEDHEAD 24/7 will be right back.
Up next, Articat Pro Amber Holt rides with some amateur mountain riders and helps them break their bad habits. Stay tuned. SLEDHEAD 24/7 is brought to you by Polaris, Terrain Domination, Articat, Share Our Passion, by FXR, World-Class Outerwear, and by Spy Optics.
Welcome back to SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, along with my co-host, Jeff Fisher, and we are here at Heinen's in Osseo, Minnesota. Now, when it comes to mountain riding, we can all benefit from learning some new techniques, wouldn't you say, Jeff?
Well, yeah, every time we go out and we ride with different people and different groups, we learn something new every time.
Absolutely, and right now, we're gonna follow along with Articat's pro mountain rider, Amber Holt. She's gonna take some mountain riders out, give them a few lessons, and bring them way back to basics. Take a look at this.
The Clausens are a snowmobiling family. With years of mountain riding experience under their belt, they've decided to improve on their mountain riding skills.
We are in Island Park, going over to ride with Backcountry Basics.
Yeah, feeling good, feeling excited.
This is the first time I've ever had any professional help.
Today I have a clinic with the Bully Dog Boys, and we're gonna go out, do some basics. They live in this Idaho area, they tree ride, and they wanna just develop their skills a little more. I see a lot of riders today that have been riding longer than me, that have picked up a lot of bad habits, have a lot of roughness in their riding, a lot of dangerous habits that actually have evolved from older chassis. I have available, we have 5 sleds. They're from Articat. They're 2012 Pro Climb. The best thing I think I like about these sleds is they're balanced. Whether you're on the 800 or the 4-stroke, you won't find a better balanced sled. So when these pivotal activities and maneuvers and stuff we're doing, it's the only sled I literally can drive with 2 fingers and a thumb. We'll head out there and get started. There's 6 rider positions that we're going to kind of work through today, and there's little details about them that gives you the ultimate advantage. We're going to keep it at that clutch engagement point, how I showed you to kind of hold it there, and we're going to do this at a walking pace. Much more controlled.
Yeah, it's hard to break the old habits that I've got. Throwing my head uphill, looking up when I'm trying to get the sled to go on its side, and the way I run the throttle.
One of my biggest problems was learning how to get my feet in the right place to hold the sled, because if your foot's in the right place, the sled will stay a lot better.
Put his foot back, head around, keep it coming around. Whoa! How he could have saved that was just throwing his body uphill more, looking uphill instead of letting the sled take it and popping the throttle. But everything else was good.
Oh, I think these techniques are really important, especially if you're going to get into very much of the mountains, because the steep terrain can really get ahead of you and cause a lot of damage to a sled or even yourself if you don't know how to control the sled in steep situations.
They did excellent. They really did. The boys did really good. Mike, the dad. I think I saw him progress the most. He came from the furthest back. There was some apprehensions and stuff in his riding style I could see. They were a direct result of some really bad habits he had. And by the end, I think he was riding the cleanest of all three.
She's been really good, teaching us really well how to handle the sleds, and she definitely knows her stuff. Arctic Cat's got a great teacher there.
Getting back to the basics can make you a better mountain rider. Arctic Cat's Amber Holt trains beginners or experienced riders in new techniques while breaking bad habits.
That Amber Holt, she is so amazing. And what I love about this segment is if there's one area where riders really need to be confident and get rid of bad habits, it's in the mountains. Wouldn't you guys say?
Well, of course, getting back to basics, getting rid of some of our bad habits, and we all have some more than others, huh, Paulie?
Absolutely. My biggie here is to remember which side of the snowmobile to be on for weight transfer, and when you're in trouble, how does that go again? The throttle can be your friend.
That's true. When in doubt, throttle out. Well, you know what they say, all good things must come to an end. So we want to give a very special thank you to Heinen's, your #1 volume dealership, as well as all of our sponsors. I'm your host, Misha Johnson, along with my lovely co-host, Paul Mack and Jeff Fisher. Make sure to visit us online at SLEDHEAD24-7.com and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Next week on SLEDHEAD 24/7, we evaluate a few economy sleds as our test riders tell you which one they like best. Skidoo gets in depth with their snowmobile technology for 2013. Bully Dog is the leader in aftermarket gas and diesel performance. We'll show you who's behind the brand and why Bully Dog is a necessity. And we'll preview the Amsoil World Championship Snowmobile Derby in Eagle River, Wisconsin.